Good evening. You're watching the 7 o'clock English news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos greets His Excellency Michel Aoun of Lebanon on performing the constitutional oath as new president of the country. Royal Guard of Oman celebrates its annual day and the graduation of the new batch of recruits. And efforts, challenges and future vision of childhood in the Sultanate are discussed in the first conference of Children First Association. Those are the headlines, and now the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos sent a cable of greetings to His Excellency President Michel Aoun of Lebanon on his election and performing the constitutional oath as new president of the country. Royal Guard of Oman RGO held a ceremony to mark the annual day coinciding with the 1st of November each year and to celebrate the graduation of the new batch of recruits. The ceremony took place at the grounds of RGO Command. His Excellency Lieutenant General Saeed bin Ali Al-Hilali, Head of Internal Security Service, presided over the event. The new recruits performed a number of skills and military shows accompanied by music, a band of RGO, showcasing efficiency in the military training programs they underwent. The chief guest then presented certificates and appreciation awards to toppers and pinned medals of special service to a number of affiliates of RGO. After that, the new recruits chanted the RGO anthem and cheered thrice, proclaiming allegiance and loyalty to His Majesty the Sultan, Supreme Commander of Armed Forces. Finally, the free fall jump team also presented a number of acts in the skies at the ceremony field. Major General Khalifa bin Abdullah Junaibi, Commander of the Royal Guard of Oman, handed over awards to toppers at the round of the new recruits and distributed certificates to the graduates. Aiming to introduce laws and legislation related to childhood, Sultan Qaboos University concluded the works of first conference of Children First Association. The conference targeted the workers at childhood field at law and education categories, in addition to the organizers of childhood centers and representatives of regional and international organizations. The vision of the conference is to discuss the reality of childhood cases in cultural and education aspects in order to overcome difficulties and to unify the efforts for a better future. The two-day conference discussed 15 work papers to highlight legislative, cultural, educational, and health cases of children. The Sultanate is one of the pioneering countries on the level of the Arab world in issuing the child law, which provides the necessary care and protection to child rights in the educational, social, and health fields, besides other fields. That was stressed by His Excellency Yahya bin Badr Al-Maawli, Under Secretary of the Ministry of Social Development, in a statement to radio and television of the Sultanate of Oman. The Shura Council Office, during its meeting today, discussed a number of topics related to reply of the Omani National Transport Company on the effects of the transportation buses of Muwasalat on the taxi drivers, as well as the reply of the Ministry of Information on the reasons behind issuing 18 alteration decisions and increasing the cost of establishment of the services building project. The meeting also reviewed the reply of the Ministry of Regional Municipalities and Water Resources on the services provided through the Department of Customer Service in the Ministry. The office also focused on the message of Education and Scientific Research Committee on the contribution of Shura Council in preserving Arabic language. The meeting was chaired by His Excellency Khalid bin Hilal al-Mauli, Chairman of the Shura Council. Clubs in the Sultanate will compete in 5 fields in the award Mubadirun of the Ministry of Sports Affairs in its 3rd edition. These fields were youth development, sports, environment and society, serving handicapped people and sports initiatives. This was revealed during a press conference organized by the Ministry today. The Ministry's award aims to instill on youths the concept of entrepreneurship, social leadership and participation in national development. It targets youths from the age of 18 to 40 years to achieve the concept of citizenship and encourage initiatives among youths. Still to come, a news bulletin. Minecraft environment encourages students to be more deeply engaged in the curricula and more collaborative with their peers. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. With wide participation from the Sultanate and Arab countries, activities of 3rd Arab Youth Scout Forum is inaugurated in Muscat. The forum is hosted by the Minister of Education, represented in Directorate General of Scouts and Girl Guides. The forum included presenting a number of work papers, lectures and site visits. The opening ceremony included speeches of the head of the Arab Scout Forum and the Director General of Scouts and Girl Guides, as well as speeches for the Secretariat General of the Arab Scout Committee and the Regional Director. It included a presentation on the registered Omani sites in the World Heritage List. Supplying the labor market and meets its needs, the Higher College of Technology in Muscat celebrated the graduation of more than 1,000 male and female students from pharmacy, applied sciences, information technology, commercial studies, photography, fashion design and other studies in diploma, advanced and diploma and bachelor degrees. The graduation ceremony was presided over by His Excellency Sayyid Suleiman bin Hamoud al-Busaidi, Deputy Secretary General of the Council of Ministers. The graduates expressed their happiness after the hard work and efforts they exerted during the years of their studies. A ceremony was held to mark the inauguration of Wildlife in Oman, the book which depicts the wildlife in the Sultanate. The book is one of the publications issued by the Al Roya Institution, consists of 5 sections portraying types of wildlife in Oman, illustrated with pictures, and the inauguration ceremony was presided over by His Excellency Mohammed bin Salim Al-Tobi, Minister of Environment and Climate Affairs. More than 600 old coins and hundreds of historical records and manuscripts are in the museum, established by some citizens of the Wilayat of Shinas in the Governorate of North Baltina. It was established as an initiative by some youths in the Wilaya to preserve its heritage. The museum also contained some old and traditional tools and equipment. Microsoft Corporation and Mojang rolled out the full version of Minecraft Education Edition to educators in more than 50 countries around the world. More details in the following report, read by Huda Al-Jahwariya.
Educators around the world can now purchase the full version of the highly anticipated Minecraft Education Edition, a version of Minecraft specifically designed for the classroom. Today, November 1st, Microsoft Corporation and Mojang rolled out the full version of Minecraft Education Edition to educators in more than 50 countries around the world.
Parents that I speak with about Minecraft in general are starting to really understand better the value that this game has. The fact that kids are bringing their expertise into the classroom, it creates a very interesting space for learning.
Minecraft Education Edition is a version of the popular open-world game, which has a community of more than 100 million fans around the world. Minecraft's unique format allows students and teachers to build anything they can imagine, making it a natural fit in the classroom.
What I said, it has the potential really for young people to grow and learn and have a confidence about what they can achieve at their level. And it is very rare for us to have that kind of opportunity for our young people in our classrooms with more traditional ways of learning.
Minecraft was built with the help of more than 50,000 students and educators who participated in the early access program and provided feedback to help fine-tune the experience across a diverse set of learning environments.
It's not that it helps kids learn different. They've been learning that way. They've been learning through gaming. It helps us see the way that they learn different. And I think that is the biggest game changer.
That doesn't happen in classrooms normally. But I think more and more Minecraft is going to be able to help people figure out a collaborative digital future that they would have never imagined otherwise.
These educators have testified that the fun and familiar Minecraft environment encourages students to be more deeply engaged in the curriculum and more collaborative with their peers.
And finally, every Halloween season in Transylvania, Romania, the fortress castle of Bram Stoker's legendary Count Dracula is overrun with tourists in search of the man behind the mystery. Here is a report.
If Count Dracula could tolerate sunlight, he'd be shocked to see his Transylvanian castle during daytime. Tourists from all over the world, in record numbers at Halloween, invade the Gothic fortress of Bran in central Romania, all in search of clues to his whereabouts.
One
of the castle's highlights is this secret passage. Every tourist reacts when hearing about it, and they all let their imagination run wild.
Built in the late 14th century, the fortress served as defense against the Ottoman Empire's expansion. In 1920, it was offered as a gift to Queen Mary of Romania, granddaughter of Queen Victoria of Great Britain. But it's Irish author Bram Stoker who brought it to the world's attention. Inspired by the bloodthirsty Romanian prince Vlad the Impaler, he created Dracula, with Bran Castle as the perfect lair.
I feel an emotion thinking, wow, is this Dracula's castle? It's an incredible feeling, magnificent.
The castle introduces us to medieval history, but if there really is something else going on here, the atmosphere makes you think it's possible.
So far this year, more than 500,000 tourists have entered the fortress's gates. But on Halloween, just 2 lucky competition winners will spend the night in the castle, given the choice between sleeping in a conventional bed or modified coffins.
Now for the nearer forecast around the Sultanate, clear skies prevail over the most of the governorates with chances of high clouds over governorates of Musandam and North Batna. Low clouds and fog early in the morning and late at night are expected in the governorates of South and North Sharqiya, Wusta and some coastal areas. Winds will be southeasterly to easterly to moderate and seas will be slight with a maximum wave height of 1 meter. And now before we end this news bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos greets His Excellency Michel Aoun of Lebanon on performing the constitutional oath as new president of the country. Royal Guard of Oman celebrates its annual day and the graduation of the new batch of recruits. And efforts, challenges and future vision of childhood in the Sultanate are discussed in the first conference of Children First Association. And without come to the end of tonight's news bulletin from all of us here in the studios and the newsroom, thanks for your time. Good night.